get strapped in. It's just about time to get the party started. And we are underway here in Los Angeles. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. So out come the Steelers now for their first drive. And a look at a guy, definitely got a little razzle-dazzle to him. Can do it with his arm or his legs. Their mobile QB.
I tell you what, when he is on schedule for that week, secondaries take notice because you've got to stay alert back there on every snap. A truly powerful arm, one that's capable of challenging any level of the defense on any given play. That's why so many scouts preach arm talent when preparing for the NFL draft. A quarterback with arm strength to make every throw in the book, he's an asset to have in any offense.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. They'll drop to throw. Oh, he's going to take a shot right away.
And that nearly intercepted. Oh, the free safety roaming into position almost had it, but it's second down.
They'll look to throw.
Short throw complete to Gronkowski.
5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5. I think defensively you're okay with that. Here in the first quarter, he's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle them, they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that, you don't give up big chunks of yardage after the catch, now you put the offense in a position where every series they have to work hard to pick up first downs, and you tend to stall them out when you do that.
And the throw left sideline here is caught, but they'll rule it incomplete. Couldn't keep his feet in. Second down.
Now it's 2nd and 10.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw.
That's caught. Puka Nacua.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. Back to throw again.
Over the middle and complete to Waddle.
This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. He'll drop to throw. And he fends him up, but now he's swallowed up and taken down.
Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
Got to give him points for the attempt, but there's just a wave of pressure there. A host of people in the area. Evades a few, but couldn't evade all of them.
Short throw complete to Gronkowski.
And a pretty nice tackle there, ranging up from his free safety spot as he'll stop him about a yard short. It's a pickup of 13, but they're still a bit short, and it'll be 4th down.
Interesting decision here. Opening drive, Charles, 4th and short. You're in field goal range. We'll see what they do.
I just shake a fist at my offense and say, go get it, guys, because if you can't pick up 4th and short here, we're probably in trouble the rest of the game. Show some confidence, show some aggressiveness, go pick it up.
And on their first drive, the offense staying out there. They're going to go for it on 4th.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete.
And it was the stiff arm there that freed him enough to get the first before he's tackled. A solid pickup of 5 and a very solid 4th down conversion, and defensively pure frustration. And the Lions pressure too strong. Down he goes. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sack. He'll look to throw. And that's going to be knocked away and incomplete. And with it, time has expired on the first quarter. No score after 1 on EA Sports. He's going to float this one deep right side. And this is caught inside the 5. And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh.
Puka Nacua.
45 yards.
And the Steelers post the first points of the ballgame as they take the lead here in this second quarter. They said that they wanted to get him involved early, and what a way to cap their opening drive, Charles. We know he's one of the fastest receivers in the NFL, and he showcased it on that play.
And when you have a guy like that, you want to make sure the defense sees him early, right? You want to see how they're going to adjust, how they're going to try and guard him, because they can't replicate his speed in practice unless they've got one of the few guys who are as fast as he is. And all it took was one drive. He burned them, and I don't think it's the last time they call his number in this one.
Koo able to connect on the extra point, and that makes the score 7-0.
Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. This taken in at the goal line. And some good special teams coverage as they bring him down just outside of the 15.
So here are the Lions now as they get set for their opening drive. And they will be led out by their 6'4" quarterback.
And his task in this situation is making sure that his team knows that there's a sense of urgency, yet somehow still stays calm. Because your natural impulse, your first possession is not until the second quarter, is you got to attack right away. Throw something big at him right away. Yeah, you got to move the ball, but maybe be a little bit careful in doing so.
That one will set him back nearly 10 yards here on first down on the sack.
Tremendous read and reaction by the defensive tackle, and frankly, partner, it's not that often the DTs have that type of easy access back to the quarterback. Never bought the play-action fade.
After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here.
Back to throw. Here's Richardson.
Able to shake him up.
Richardson hit it. He fumbles it.
And it's picked up by the Steelers. And did he get in? No. They'll mark him down at the 1-yard line.
After that play, I think we know one quarterback will be extremely happy if his defense can hold the opposing team to a field goal here.
So Pittsburgh retakes the field for their second offensive possession.
And they are in an absolutely golden spot. It's 1st and goal following the fumble return.
Play clock down to 0, and this is not the way to start a drive.
So they accept the penalty, of course, and push the offense backwards a bit.
Now problems right out of the gate. We're going to get a delay.
That flag accepted, and it backs the offense up a little bit.
The delay of game, a costly one, as they're backed up 5 for 1st and goal. Now a handoff running through the middle. And he's going to take it in for a Steeler touchdown. Taking it in from 11 yards out.
And the Steelers are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead.
The full team is involved in this game early, aren't they? Go down the field, score on offense, take the ball away on defense, and go right back and score again. You got to like the way that's working for them.
That's exactly right. Touchdown, turnover, touchdown, two-score lead. A little bit like you at breakfast this morning. I got to get this in. You had a perfect omelet, dropped it, so a little bit of a turnover. You went right back, though, and got that omelet and crushed it.
You got to do what you got to do, man. You got to do what you got to do.
A little worried about your hands, though.
Yeah.
Extra point by Koo, up and good. And it's now 14-0. Well, they got the ball in great field position. One play later, boom, end zone. Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. Taken at the goal line. And he'll be brought down right on the chalk of the 20. Back onto the field come the Lions for their second overall drive. And they're in a bind early here, down 14-0. Are you worried at this stage or still too early?
You're worried. You're just trying not to transmit it to the rest of your team. You want to make sure that they stay positive, but at the same time, you're wondering, how are we going to move the football? What do we have on this play sheet that can work? Get back to basics is usually your answer, and make sure you find the guy who can move the ball fastest for you if you just get it in his hands.
Yeah, still second quarter. You get points on the board here. I think you're feeling okay. The perennial Pro Bowler Aaron Donald gets the sack. Two minutes to play, first half. It's 14-0. Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on second down. Now it's Richardson. And this will be incomplete.
And this drive is almost over before it began, thanks to a great defensive effort. Sack on first down, followed by an incompletion. One more good rep, and they get off the field.
The give is to DeMercado. Breaks. Oh, now he's stripped. He lost the football. And it's picked up by the Steelers. And they're going to be set up in the red zone right around the 17-yard line.
Whenever I see a team turn it over on back-to-back drives, fumbles on their last two, I know one person's blood pressure who is starting to rise, and that's the head coach.
Absolutely. And when's it going to go down? When they stop fumbling?
When they stop fumbling and after he's assessed the game film, and only if they manage to win the game.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. They'll try and start this drive in the air. And it's caught. And he'll be out of bounds. Now they'll have it 1st and goal following that gain of 17. Right after the turnover, they come out throwing.
And that means it's a sudden change situation. We used to practice it on defense. Sudden change, get out there, stop the offense. But you typically run out there a little bit unsettled. I think that's why he came right out throwing the football, hoping to catch him off balance.
And he did. It looks like a jumbo set with 3 tight ends here for 1st and goal. They'll try to run this one in. A full 5-yard loss that time. It's going to make second down pretty tough.
And that's what I'd like to see out of this defense, a little fire, a little toughness. It hasn't been the best first half for them, but they did do a nice job there, forcing a loss on that play.
2 of their 3 red zone trips so far, they've come up empty on. They'll look to reverse that trend on 2nd and goal. Got his man. It's caught for a Steelers touchdown. Jalen Waddle, a 5-yard touchdown. And the Steelers have moved out in front by 3 touchdowns. So, Charles, that's 3 touchdowns on 3 drives, and it's just been an offensive barrage so far.
Great word, partner, using barrage right.
And now before we get to the extra point, remember all touchdowns do have to be confirmed by the replay official. They're taking a peek at whether or not those feet were in bounds, and obviously a big call here in the end zone.
And not just the feet. How about the hands? How's the ball possessed while the feet are hopefully getting down in bounds? That's what they're trying to look at to see if it all comes together.
So they called it a touchdown originally, and this will stay a touchdown after the video review, so they had it right.
Koo able to connect on the extra point, and it's now 21-0. The drive there only spanning 3 plays.
And it was finished off by a Jalen Waddle touchdown. Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. This taken in right around the goal line. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
There again is the running back as he trots onto the field. He's got to clear his mind a little bit right now. 1 carry, and that carry was a lost fumble.
Clear his mind, clear his hands, and just let this one go. Sometimes it happens. You drop the ball. Got a full game ahead of him. Hand it to him again. See if they can start to produce.
1st and 10, it's Richardson.
Now the ball comes loose, and it's picked up by the Steelers, and they will take over at the 26-yard line. And now 3 drives, 3 fumbles.
What's amazing about it is when we go around and watch practices, how many times do we see them put that sleeve over a football now to make it more slippery and hard to handle? It's almost like they're playing with that sleeve on the ball right now. Was it 3 drives?
Yep.
3 fumbles?
3 fumbles.
It's time to change our luck some way, somehow. Focus, concentration. You'll hear those words on the bench in a big way right now.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Right side, that's complete to Gronkowski. And he's down inside the 5 at the 4 before he's out of bounds. A good pickup there at 22.
It's a nice zone breaker right there. Take the tight end, move him out to the slot, then have him run a corner route versus the zone coverage, which means he's going to be behind the shallow coverage and ahead of the deep coverage, put the ball right on him.
A chance to really cap off a big first half here as they come up on 1st and goal. Back to throw. And caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Steelers. Tyreek Hill from 4 yards out.
And the Steelers are able to widen their lead here in this first half. Well, that's just how they drew it up, CD. His first read was there, got it to him quickly, and into the end zone.
Absolutely excellent execution by all involved. And the coordinator, got to give him credit, found the perfect play call. Quarterback let it fly as soon as the target came free, and his guy made a nice catch. Just how you draw it up in practice and then execute it in the game.
Koo now for the point after.
It's good, and they stretch their lead to 28-0 now. They had the short field, and they made quick work of it. Just 2 plays to get into the end zone.
Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17. The Lions now taking over late in this first half.
And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory with just a little time. Do you try something?
You're thinking about jump-starting your team, right? You just mentioned it. They're down. They're trying to get back into the game. But you got to figure, if something goes wrong, you may have put yourself in a spot where you may not be able to come back in the second half. Managing risk, this is a big decision here.
On first down, Richardson. A quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete.
The quarterback got away with one there. Looked like he was in line for a pick, but instead, it's knocked harmlessly to the turf.
Here's 2nd and 10. Now Richardson back to throw it. He'll get this to DeMarcano.
And they'll bring him down here up at about the 22-yard line. The Lions will use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half.
On third down, here's Richardson. Able to find the open man. That's complete.
The Lions now going to use the second of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
And Richardson looks to throw once more. And that is going to be incomplete as he led him a bit too much.
You can tell they wanted to get that ball downfield, but they had nothing working in the secondary, so he dropped it off to the running back. That one ended up incomplete.
On 2nd down, it's Richardson to throw it.
And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5.
Well, that's what you're looking for when you want to throw the ball downfield. You want one of those guys who can play out on the perimeter, can play out wide, who can not only get open, but when they're covered, can uncover themselves downfield and create catches.
And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. Here comes the Lions punter now as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. First half in the books. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Okay, Brandon, back to you guys in just a moment, but welcome everyone to our Creative Village studios in the EA Sports Halftime Report.
And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the third quarter. It'll be Lions football to start the second half, and they trail here as we get back underway on EA Sports. Taking it about the 1. And no chance to get away as they'll get it down at about the 17-yard line. The Lions offense now with a football first here to begin quarter number 3.
CD, they certainly know the hole that they face as they begin the second half. They have to do what precious few teams have done in NFL history. That's try to come back from a 4-possession deficit.
And, partner, you know, as that team gathers, they're saying to each other, you never say never, right? Because if you're on an NFL roster, that's how you have to think. You can always come back and win a ball game. And let's face it, we saw a certain Super Bowl, a 25-point lead late, that wasn't enough to put someone away. But that being said, this task is near impossible. Let's face it. And bottom line is, it officially becomes impossible if this possession is an empty one.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go down as a 2-yard loss, and it brings up a 3rd down.
This defense is just flat getting after it. They have not given up much of anything in the run game. Case in point right there.
Here's 3rd and 7. Now Richardson.
Oh, had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going.
That's an excellent job right there on 3rd down. Like any defense, you never want to let them get anything started, and that would have been a 1st down. Instead, you saw the contact on time, no penalty, and before this drive could get wings, it's 4th down.
Here comes the Lions punter now, as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. And it's fielded at the 34.
And that'll be a return of 12 following a very nice punt. And they will take over 1st and 10.
Time for the Steelers offense now to get set for their first possession of half number 2.
And it's hard to imagine that the first half could have gone any better for them. So what's the approach here in the 2nd half?
Just continue to play smart football because they got the other team down and they feel good about the position they're in. The obvious thing people would say is just keep attacking, but I think you also have to be smart about it. Avoid turnovers. That's about the only thing that can derail you at this point. Attack, but make sure you take care of the ball.
And down he goes at the 45 after a pickup of 9.
Such a tough position to defend near the line, even when you add a 2nd defender, but the big man shrugged off the extra body and made the play call a success.
Just need a yard here. 2nd and 1.
They're going to look to throw.
And that almost their first INT of the ball game. Had his sights on it, but he couldn't seal the deal.
Boy, that ball's just hanging up there waiting to be intercepted. That looked doomed from the start, but they took the deep shot anyway, and fortunately, it winds up incomplete.
They'll look to throw for it on 3rd and 1. This is caught inside the 15. And in for the Steelers touchdown. Tyreek Hill with his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon.
And the Steelers have taken a 5-touchdown lead. Well, on the other sideline right now, it's just absolute dejection. But, Charles, let's focus on the positive. With the lead that they built here, they've done pretty much everything to perfection in this ball game.
They certainly have. Makes me think that their week of preparation was excellent. And they flowed into this game, and it carried over. And right now, I don't expect them to back off at all. They're playing so well, they just want to keep it going.
Extra point by Koo, up and good. And that makes this 35-0 now.
Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. From a yard or 2 deep, here comes a return. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one. Detroit's offense ready to take over. Well, we're still in the 3rd quarter, so there's some time to kind of clean this up and make it look more respectable. Now, a win, that's probably gone out the window, Charles, but I don't know. Do you look at this as a time to just improve and maybe start to look towards the future?
I think you have to find something to play for, something to grasp onto until the clock runs out. But, Brandon, we've been around this game a long time. This is an outlier. You don't get many blowouts like this no matter how the game looks on paper going in. This one has turned out to be everyone's worst nightmare realized.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, and now 3rd and 12.
You got to figure the further they fall behind, the more you think that they'll get away from the run. They're trying to stick with it, but the results, they just aren't there.
They need 12 here. It's 3rd down. From the shotgun, Richardson.
And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down. Here comes the Lions punter now, standing just outside his own goal line. Taken right around the 44. A tremendous return there, 39 yards. And this offense set up with a very short field. 1st and 10 inside the 20. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field.
Well, this offense, this team, they are rolling right now, Charles. They've scored on 3 straight possessions. You look at the scoreboard, and they pretty much right now got this thing on cruise control.
Yeah, and this is that time of game where you and I have to be prepared, right? Isn't this kind of like that empty the bucket time where you have to go into your blowout material and make sure we have some different things? That's what we're staring at right now, the way this one is going.
But despite the completion, they're going to wind up losing 3 there. 2nd down. They'll look to throw.
And that almost their first INT of the ball game. Had his sights on it, but he couldn't seal the deal.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw.
Pass taken in by his big tight end. And the Steelers are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
And now we won't see a play on 1st down. We're going to get a timeout instead. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn 1 here in this 3rd quarter. They'll try to run this one in. They're able to get a couple here, but won't get across the plane as they stop it right around the 1. On 2nd and goal, they'll give it to him again. And this time he is in.
Yes.
A great effort there. His 2nd touchdown of the afternoon.
And the Steelers are able to extend their lead in the final seconds of this 3rd quarter.
Sometimes offenses can get too cute down near the goal line, but there's nothing fancy about this one. As Coach Lombardi would say, we get a seal here, and we get a seal here, and we run this play in the alley. And that's good work to hit the hole hard and finish in the end zone.
Koo able to connect on the extra point, and it is 42-0. 3 quarters have come and gone. You are watching Madden Ultimate Team on EA Sports.
Back now at SoFi Stadium in Inglewood,
where the 4th quarter will begin with a kickoff following the score on the final play of the 3rd quarter.
Here's Koo to kick it off. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17.
Here's the Detroit offense now as they head back out onto the field.
At this point, partner, things looking pretty bleak. They still haven't scored here in the 4th quarter, facing the big deficit. What silver linings, what can they look to do here offensively?
You know, it's funny, I talked about this with a coach in the offseason and kind of had this scenario, like what feels good to you and what feels good to your team. You're down big. You really have like 1 possession left, and you're trying to put points on the board that don't matter. But do they? And he told me they actually do matter. And in this situation, he's going to try and run the best offense he can run, have at least a little bit of confidence to take away from that game. So right now, they're going to try their best to get something up on the board and not get shut out. I haven't met a quarterback yet that didn't enter the league with a massive chip on his shoulder if he wasn't a first-round pick. They want to show the league that they made a big mistake. Determined to get the 1st down there, no hesitation at all to tuck it and go. I bet he would have tried running through their entire defense if it meant reaching that marker.
Richardson to the air on 1st down.
Pressure comes, and the Steelers take him down.
That was Will Anderson getting home and finishing the play.
And you hate to say it with a rookie quarterback. He's done some good things, but overall, looked a little bit overwhelmed back there, hasn't he?
He certainly has. But in his defense, he hadn't had a lot of time to throw the football. You like the way I said that? In his defense.
In his defense. I got it.
You see what I did there?
Yeah, he needs better protection, that's for sure. Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack.
Richardson.
He's going to find his running back. It's complete. And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. A good pickup there, 13 yards as they get closer for 3rd down. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Lions in possession of the football as we welcome you back. They face a 3rd down now as they try to find a late score.
Richardson looking to throw. Well, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted.
Picked off by Pat Tillman. And they will finally get him down as he's all the way to the 36-yard line. Yet another mistake after the interception there. And, gosh, you look up at the scoreboard. They just got to be thinking this one cannot get over fast enough.
It certainly can't. And also what happens when you get this big of a deficit, you're supposed to make all the right throws, right? You're supposed to try and obviously get the ball to your own guys. But being down this big, you also take even more chances. And in this situation, that hasn't paid off for them at all.
On the other sideline, jubilation and laughter.
So finally, at this stage of the game, he lets his legs carry him for a big-time 1st down. But I think this is all set up by his eyes throughout the game. He's been taking it all in as he's watched this thing unfold. And finally, the eyes carried the legs and took him downfield.
You're right. His longest run of the game waited till the 4th quarter, and maybe that lulled the defense to sleep a little bit. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. It'll be a loss of a couple on the play, so now 3rd down coming up.
With his size, he's a tough man to bring down, but they do a nice job there stopping his progress and not allowing him to get back to the line of scrimmage.
Now 3rd down and 7.
Looking to throw. And this will be caught. And the carnage continues. It's another touchdown.
Well, he's regarded as one of the best athletes among NFL tight ends, Charles, and it certainly was on display right there.
And as we've seen this league continue to grow and develop, I think the tight end position is becoming harder and harder to defend because now it's elite athletes playing that position, not just the big guys who can block. How about his ability to get downfield and make plays against any defense?
Extra point by Koo, up and good. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead.
Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. This fielded right at the goal line. And no alley to be found. The coverage was solid, and he's dropped at the 18.
So out now come the Lions.
Well, I hate to say it, but at this point, I don't really know that they're playing to win with this deficit in the 4th quarter. They're just trying to erase that 0 on the scoreboard, Charles, and get some type of momentum to carry into the film session tomorrow.
If you get any type of points on the board, it'll count as a moral victory, although no one will talk about that in the post-game press conference. That's not something you mentioned in the NFL. And this loss, it already stings and will for a while. But everyone on that offense knows it'll sting a lot worse if they don't put some points up on the board.
Able to make something out of nothing there. 17 yards and a 1st down.
Here's Richardson to throw.
He's going to hit his man out of the backfield. Complete. That's good. The completion there for 7 yards. And that will bring up 2nd down. So this one in the win column for the Pittsburgh Steelers. And I tell you what, Charles, this might be about as good as it gets. They were incredible.
Yeah, offense was in fine form. The defense threw the shutout at them. I think they worked in concert together. What I like about the offense was they held the ball pretty well. You know, time of possession, exactly what they were looking for in this one. And that helped out their defense. Didn't have to be out there the entire time. So when you do that and you're out there fresh playing, off a little extra spring in your step, and it showed up in this one.
They had a ton of spring in their step. Impressive victory. So that'll do it from here for Charles Davis and the rest of our crew. I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching Madden Ultimate Team on EA Sports. For more, check us out at easports.com/Madden. With that, we say so long from Southern California.